It is a devastating disease that can strike anyone, and there's no cure. Today on To Your Health, Hansen has more on ALS and how locals are fundraising by putting one foot in front of the other.
And now, To Your Health, brought to you by Evergreen Pharmacy and Heart Drugs.
We just felt robbed. Still feel that way. In part because we couldn't talk to her. We weren't allowed to talk to her about what was happening. And she knew something was happening because, of course, she was becoming paralyzed. But we didn't get to say goodbye.
Over 40 years ago, Sharon Cairns lost her mom to ALS, and since discovered it's likely the origin was genetic. Her aunt also passed away from the disease, and cousin Jim Hunter is battling the disease today and continues to raise money to go to research. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease, as the famous baseball player was diagnosed and passed away from it in 1941.
I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
ALS is as common as MS. It's the #1 neurological killer in Canada, and people don't know it because the ALS patients die, and they die really quickly. The cornflowers were chosen by ALS Canada and as a symbol because it's a hardy plant that grows in almost any element.
ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. The progressive degeneration makes the simplest tasks such as walking, talking, swallowing, and breathing incredibly difficult, and it eventually leads to death. Cairns is doing her part by helping organize this year's Walk for ALS, which takes place June 22nd at Fort George Park. It's a chance to raise awareness and money.
What we're doing is just a little piece, but what we're trying to do is raise awareness because it could be you.
For Cairns, helping organize the Walk for ALS is a piece of therapy, a way to possibly help find a cure to a disease that has claimed those dear to her in such a devastating way. To Your Health, Hansen, CKPG News.